I'm not gonna lie, this is really cool. So back during Earth Day of this year, Pokemon fans were treated to a brand new animated short to celebrate. Well, Chinese Pokemon fans were at least, which is why it's taken me a while to get to this one because I needed to wait for fan subs. That just means we get to play catch up. Anyway, I think it's great that Pokemon has been expanding so much with these little animated specials for different countries and occasions. But let's dive right into Pokemon Ecology Diary. The short begins with our male character, Xiaolang, riding a Corviknight to meet up with Xiaohua. I think those names are correct and I hope I'm saying them well enough. Right off the bat, she scolds him for being a bit careless because Tinkaton live in the area, which we know are the natural enemies of Corviknight. Very small moment, but it sets up the dynamic between the two while giving us a taste of the themes. We learn that Xiaolang is aiming to become a Pokemon researcher, and that's why he's come to meet up with Xiaohua, to do a little survey of the land and get a feel for the responsibilities. We get a blurb about Pokemon being amazing creatures as usual, but with more emphasis on how they exist in their environment. Again, also reiterating the duties of an ecological researcher. What follows is a series of cute little scenes as we get to observe Pokemon in their natural habitats, exhibiting behaviors we would expect. Though it feels a bit odd with her stating that as researchers, they should try not to disturb Pokemon out in the wild, rather observe and let things play out. Great advice for humans and animals in real life, and again I know that's only for them as researchers, but it still feels weird knowing how trainers will walk right into the wild and interact with every Pokemon they see. Still a cute moment as Palafin rescues a Whimsicott blown out to sea, but the important thing is that we're setting up the differences between our two characters for later. While Xiaohua continues explaining their role and how they should go about things in different areas, the animation is just amazing, bringing so many Pokemon to life, and I love how we get to see these interactions. Scenes like this are always a highlight in Pokemon animated specials, but here it fits the theme even more so. Pretty quickly, she explains the 3 important lessons, those being a researcher should only observe, should be careful, and should be tough. Also, her Pokemon is a cast form, which changes in each biome they visit. Love getting to see such an underutilized Pokemon. While they've come to the end of the day, Tepig tries to get some berries off a tree, but in the process knocks a Chimchar into the water. Seeing it run off and head toward the volcano, Xiaolang runs off on his own to follow, even though it's bound to be dangerous. When he gets there, he marvels at all the fire Pokemon and is a little afraid because they all look so intimidating, but then sees that they're all pretty friendly as Chimchar gets along with everybody. However, he notices that Chimchar appears to be sick and the fire on its tail is going down. All good using those observation skills and staying safe. But he pursues. Finding Chimchar collapsed, he attempts to carry it back to the Pokemon Center, but getting back isn't going to be easy with the volcano climate. Thankfully, all the other Pokemon show up and Arcanine prompts him to get on. Honestly, the one Pokemon I think would be so fun to ride. The way they portray just how fast it can run is kinda crazy with how disorienting it feels. That is the power of extreme speed. In the epilogue, Chimchar is feeling all better, but now that the two characters get to talk, Xiaohua realizes that Xiaolang ran off to the volcano because he realized Chimchar might have needed help. So even though they did interfere, it was more of a correction because it was kind of caused by their actions. At the very least, he has the passion and his heart is in the right place. So he's reassured he'll make a great Pokemon researcher. Well, that was it for Pokemon Ecology Diary. I thought it was a really cool idea for a little animation. This was done to coincide with the release of an actual book that details Pokemon ecology, which is a fun idea. Super interesting that we're getting so many animated projects here and there, and I'm all for it. With how big Pokemon is, just releasing animated shorts every once in a while is totally possible, and it makes the world feel that much more fleshed out. This one in particular has got to be one of my favorites because of the style. I think the pacing at the beginning could have been a little slower, but maybe that's just me. Overall, I really enjoyed it and like how it was able to tell a story while being mostly educational, maybe. So let me know what you think in the comments about this one and what else you would like to see moving forward. I don't think we'll see too much more from these characters anytime soon, but I did love their designs. For now, it all works as a self-contained story. Anyway, I should get back to doing my own ecological observations. Thank you to every channel member for your support, including the Great Gators, Cosmo Zero, Cloud8 Does Stuff, Arlegier Design, Justin Dows, Joe C, 02, Alex with Shiny Hunts, Tyler Hopper, Lockadox, Koi 13, Cemetery Hill, Cheez-It 62, Gator Kid 509, TF, Mathaclog 947, Taijirai, Justin R, Phantom, and Quago. If you would like to support, see your name here, get access to emotes for comments, live streams, sometimes early videos, and our monthly members podcast, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky as well for more memes. Anyway, this is GatorX, and I'll catch you all later. ポケモンたちの生態を調査しませんか？するする、ここから行こうぜ。めっちゃいる。し、寝てますよ。あ、焼いてる。シャッターチャンス。さあ、ポケらっしゃい。ニューポケモンスナップ予約受付中。